Let's talk about humility. Humility, they're killing me with the ability of a person that lives inside a trilogy, and they don't have the power that's fulfilling me. And this is exactly what I'm doing to fulfill the deed. Fulfill the deed like a wildebeest, gonna kill the deeds, even if you have the power of a wildebeest. So freaking strong, but I won't hold on for long. If I see the person inside of the cloth, then I won't have the power to cough and just scoff them off as if they're like a baseball or softball. Even if you see me like a sophomore, I won't soften more. Cause even if you see me, I'm not a freaking dork. I'm not a nerd that's sitting here unaware of the person laying a turd on the powers that they're rehearsing. I'm embracing the million flames that you see in the curses and all the curses and all the rehearsals that you see me in some of powers. Even in the commercials, you won't be seeing me on the freaking other side. Cause if you see me, it'll be like looking at another guy while being in a relationship simultaneously. Doesn't make any sense if it's going to be anxiously searching just for faltering. Don't want to be something that's haunting to your life. They see I'm taunting you, but you don't want to fight me as if I'm haunting you, just like a monster do. But I'm not going to be the largest thing that you see, because if I'm like this person who's just stranded, who got stranded on the planet, he just landed on the planet and now he can't do what he can did. That's exactly what he did, but he wasn't sincere. If he was clear with the sincerity, then all his asperity will go to a halt, and he don't want to go off as asparagus. That's exactly why he's not sparing this like asparagus. Even though you see me, I'm not worse than Eric is when he was fighting a person whose name is Cherish. But you don't want to cherish the power that you have, that you barely have the power to hold it. Even if you can hold it, what if it exploded while you were trying to hold it, and now you try to mold it into something that's something different, but you don't have assumption, because that is going to differ to the power that you have if you were as huge as freaking Clifford. But even if I had a cliff and jump off it, what if the cliff has something just to stop it? Would it profit like a pit? If you see me like a hobbit, I just hop inside of a carpet, and that's exactly why I have the gun and I unlocked it and shot it more than the dog did back in the day when he was a child. But he won't do that, not in a wild. This is very wild. If you see my power, I don't want to end up like a seed. I devour the persons, all the cowards, they rehearsed it. Like I said, I'm bursting flames back in the day when I was a little child, which is still now. But you get my freaking vow. But I don't want to be the person who try to devour the cowards on the towers just like I bloom in flowers. I don't want to bloom in flowers or cowards or what I did inside that same hour, cause I just came out of my freaking shower. Now I'm cold. I'm cold. I need a little bit of heat in here, cause if I don't have heat in here, it's like the eight there that you don't see me, but I'm not seeing here. I'm not seeing you here, just like a vegan person who is freaking weird, and they try to show up with their beard and say that I'm all muscular and buff, so you can eat all the enough and just a little bit of mushrooms and possibly your muscles will grow. But I'm gonna trust the vegan. Even if you don't have the power to reason, even if you reason, it won't be treason. If you have a little treason, the place is appeasing. Even if there's going to be aware of all the diseases you can have inside your brain until you ceasing, then you won't be having the disease. Then back in the day when you were ceasing, only vegetables are supposed to be a source of health, but you won't do none of that. Just like a sorcerer, but I'm gonna morph into something that's endorphin. The power of an orphan is like I'm going to freaking metamorph. But I don't want to metamorph into a horse, cause if I did, it's very harsh as a horse that's drifted. I don't want to be how lethargic is it, even if you had the wisdom just to hold it. I told you, you won't surely molt it into what you did and what you were hoping, what you were anticipating. Well, I told you what about anticipation. Anticipation when I have a freaking list of patience, a list of patience that is on the name for evisceration. And this is what I'm gonna do with my power that I have. I'm gonna take in a little bit of consideration. I don't want to see the person, but consider it. Cause if you consider it, I won't be illiterate. Cause if you see my power, then I send it in. I send it in. It's not an opinion, but it's a synonym to the power that you have. Just like a person who's sending them to some cinnamon. Even if you have it inside your adrenaline, but you won't be able to grab it or have a hold of it. Cause if you have a hold of it, then it probably exploded. Then it have you on the page when it just loaded it. You don't even want to have the house when it exploded it. I wouldn't take the scraps of what you can't find, even if you're combined in this place with no mind, like a dumb mind, a slumber. I won't even get your grandma on her number, and that makes no sense. She is 90, 9,400, 3,000, 5,926, 400 million, quadrillion, decillion, a billion, probably even trillion, probably quadrillion, probably have a million more, even sextillion. So many aliens. If you're not gonna be killing it, it's not a freaking alien. But if you're gonna be an alien, a reptilian, I won't be scaring them, even if I have the power just to be bearing them. Cause if I relish the pain, I don't have nothing but just a little gift for pain. But let me get out only if my name is gonna be restored in the end again with a sword. Then I won't be like an engine, and wind is going to be sending it to the place that surely offended it and blended it inside the place like a cat back in 2023 when that guy ended it. Sad rest in peace to the cat, but the person, they surely should have died. But I'm not gonna yap. I'm not gonna be yapping and slapping, just scrapping and everything that I have inside my trap when I won't be able to trap it if it's gonna be inside the place. And that's why I'm not going to act like I don't want to be the person who's off position. This is what I'm doing. It is not my mission to keep sweating. Get out of this place. It's not a meat wedding. Let me turn on the fan. No, I changed my mind. I don't want to turn on the fan just like a turbine and keep it turning and burning as I'm yearning for the heat that I'm earning. That's exactly what I'm doing because it's not repetitive. I'm not going to be the person who rejected it, even if I'm indebted to my credit. And I don't want to end up the person who's just sitting here just editing, even though I'm editing anyways. I don't want to end up on the side of this skinny place that I'm living in. My place is just a mini place like in Japan. The apartments are more smaller than your brain when you think that you are surely taller than 5 foot. Then you might as well be a scholar wearing a collar just for $1. You won't be able to grab it even if it's gonna be someone who end up inside of a bald shirt. But I don't want to take that offer, so I'm going to turn into a freaking golfer. How freaking awful. I don't even know, but I don't know the power that it will cost you. Cause I'm not living in a coffin, I'm scoffing more than I did back when I was lost in, and just lost in. A guy named Austin trying to fight me, even he thought he was the Boston. He's not the Boston. The only boss is the person who is flossing and tossing every single time they see the freaking opportunity. But you don't want to stop it inside of this community. I gain a huge immunity to everything that is going to be soon to be at my face with something just to blow it off. You won't have nothing else. Yes, super hot, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm going to survive. I'm gonna freaking thrive through the night, and I don't want to end up as sweating, because I'm sweating, then I probably won't show up to the wedding. If I show up to the wedding, then it won't be sweet, and I might as well show up to the Garden of Eden, even though it was eaten by millions of people. But I don't want to end up so freaking evil. It's guarded. It's guarded like the sword did back in the day, like a swordfish with his nose on the market, the margin that you spark, and you won't have it as a power you sell for orchids. I don't want to end up on a shelf like an elf did, or what the orc did, because if I did that, then I'm not important, and if I'm not important, then I'm not exporting. This is what I'm trying to do, because I'm not a sporting. But it's very important to my margin. That's why I did that, just like a surgeon. But I'm the warden that's in the garden, and you won't be able to hold the sword when I'm right there in front of your face, just a chainsaw. But I don't want to chainsaw all your brains off, just like I did. But then what question would that solve? Would it solve my question of what you did when I was pressing you about Preston back in the day, when he was going to be a nose congesting? But I don't want to be a nose congesting, a turkey intestine, but I'm surely blessing. What are my blessings? I don't want to be less than the person fighting me. Definitely Preston, because he thought he was providing me my sobriety that I hide in the society that does not apply to me, even if you can sell it for some bribery, just like Edom did. But now Edom is dead. He's in Dumaean, and he got destroyed inside Jerusalem. But you don't want to send him in, because he's not losing them. Even if he's losing them, he's not confusing them. Sadly, Edom is going to Edomites, but I don't want to end up like a prepotite. What is a prepotite? Precipitation, propitiation for my sin that I have an inside my salutation, my salutation that I value inside of this freaking station that you don't have nothing to sure station up. But I don't want to freaking place you up, cause if I placed you, I probably would erase you, just like I did with the braces that I placed you. But I don't have the braces anymore, but now embrace the sword, cause if you embrace the sword, then you won't be able to erase it more. Cause if you erase it, then surely not embracing, even if you have a power as a person named Jason, it won't be inside of the station, not anymore. Cause if you see me, then I probably would mini morph into a mini more, just like a person endorph in the power that you endorse. You won't end up like a horse when you are just stuck in this place, just like a Darwin theory that you have when the door knocks. But I don't want to end up like the door clocks, cause if I end up just like the freaking dog when he ate an apple, now he disappeared. But how are you gonna miss me here if you're gonna miss me there? That doesn't make any sense. Like kissy missy, missy kiss me, hissy hissy, fitty bitty, really pretty, getting ditty. Oh wait, what?